Welcome. Ran an extra mile fast, so sorry I'm a little late. No one's here anyways. For those of you listening later, welcome, brothers and sisters. Hope you're all well. It's Friday. It is Friday. Whew. So, as I was running, boy, the bullshit I listened to. So I'm going to do a little vent here for a second about Discover Crypto and their bullshit. What is the bullshit today for them? Why am I yapping about it? Just because I don't like scum. That's why I started this channel. I don't have Discord groups or Telegram. We're doing incredible in Telegram or Sniper Club or whale bullshit. Nope. So, I'm just going to give 3 examples, 3 tokens that these scumbags take credit for. First one is Ondo. I'm not saying I was the first on anything, but I was calling Ondo at 21 cents. Go back, look at the videos. Started buying at 27 cents, 26 cents, majority at 21 cents. At that time, Joshua Jake, was saying that the BlackRock is bullshit. They're just on their website. It has nothing to do with the project. Look it up. Go back months and months, to July or before that. Look it up. All he was saying is, I don't know about Ondo, bunch of token unlocks. They're not really supported by BlackRock, which they may not be. But he was nothing but a doubter. And then all you've heard from him, he started recommending Ondo at like 76 cents. Example number 1. C90, hi. I'm going to bitch about 3 things about them real quick, just because I was running and listening to it and laughing my ass. Ondo's number 1. And part of me for doing this C90, that's why I have this channel. Number 2 is Aerodrome. Vegan Crypto was calling that at 9 cents. 6 cents. Yes, I'm like Trump talking about myself in third person. 9 cents. Was I the only one? God, no. There's other channels there that bought like $100,000 worth at like 6 cents. Made a couple million when sold it at $1. Can't think of the guy's name. He's an Asian guy. Very smart guy. Very smart. Has a good channel, releases videos once every couple months. And it's not virtual bacon. They started calling it at like 80, 90 cents. Drew talked about it at around 36, 46, but not really. Really, DZ was calling it 90 cents after it got past $1 and buying it back down. So, number 2, nothing to their community about it. And then last one is Moonwell. Gonna get a soapbox a little bit. I've been in their Discord stuff. Drew's taking credit for that. When it was actually brought up to him by people in the chat. I saw Bluegrass in it. I saw a couple of people asking him about Moonwell. Never fucking heard of it. Then, I gotta look into it. Axe, I heard yesterday, Axe, like, it was his recommendation. Then DZ, a couple days ago, goes, yeah, I gotta look into this Moonwell thing. Should I look into it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'll do a deep dive. He does a fucking video looking up a little bit of information and does a video. It goes up and I'm not heated about this. I just think I'm out of breath. I just think it's funny. Taking, you would think he discovered Moonwell, and TJ on there this morning. Oh, great picks, guys. Wow. People in the Telegram group have got to be thanking you. You could just see right through. Anyone with a half a brain can see right through their scamness. So this whole stream is not going to be about Discover Crypto. I just had to get that out of the way. And the other one's AIOZ. Back when Drew was doing these little streams at night, or at like 9 or 10 o'clock, I would go on there. They weren't too informative, but he was just doing it from his house. And I remember people Bluegrass actually bringing up AIOZ, and now he's in it. But you would think these picks are theirs. That's my only issue. Give credit to credit's where due. Credit due. And it's their community. They had nothing to do with those picks. Josh had nothing to do with Ondo. He preaches it now, but forever he didn't. He didn't think it was a good investment. Go back. Proof is in the videos. I just don't like that. I don't like scumminess. That's all. I will tell you one thing that I got from DZ, guy who I do not care for at all, he annoys the shit out of me, is Benki. I was already buying a little bit, but he did a video on it. A long time ago, and I started loading up on it. So he got my interest in it. So I give credit where credit is due, and I give credit to him on that. That's all I got to say about that. Brian Jung is the guy. C90, absolutely. He's a smart mofo. He's definitely smart. That's the guy. All right, so let's look at these comments. So that's what I have to say about that. I do want to make a comment about, as I was running, I thought about as well, where I live. People always come, and look, I'm a vegan. I am for the innocent. I am for what's right. I am for the good, the truth. Just want to make one comment here. I hope I don't lose you to my Indian brothers and sisters. Just want to make a comment. Everyone complains about illegal aliens coming in. I don't like that. Everyone complains about all the Mexicans coming here. It's barely any Mexicans coming over the border. Okay, I will tell you that. It's Venezuelans. It is people from China, from Tibet. I love Tibetans. I raise money for them. From Africa, from Middle East. The proof is in the pudding. You have to see that. Nobody talks about the legal immigration here, and it may have changed, but have you noticed in the last 20 years, and some of you are in their 20s, the Indian population? Nothing wrong with them. They're wonderful people. I'm just telling you, I have a neighbor who's Indian. In my community here, there are so many. Where I used to live, when I went to high school, I graduated in 90, we had one Indian kid in our school, Devin. I'm not saying that's a good thing. It's not. Here's the point. They are able to get in and use their visa to bring in a ton of family. And I know this for a fact. My neighbor told me. A ton of other Indian families because of work. And then they end up getting a green card. Yes, they are doing it legal. Yes, there's no issues with gangs and violence in the Indian community. And they contribute to society in a good way. Except for killing the smell. I love Indian food, but when they cook, it's just nothing but grease and it's brutal. And God forbid you live in an apartment building with an Indian family there. The smell will ruin your apartment. It's because of the oil and the ghee and the spices they use. I love Indian food, vegan Indian food. That's one of my favorites. My point is, it should be done legally, but they have been able to beat the system and work within the system. And my issue is this. The government right now, BRICS, is embracing freaking Russia, embracing China, embracing, China for once, which they have a horrible relationship with, and the other countries in BRICS. And we're not speaking out against that. I'm not saying we deport every Indian here. I'm just saying that needs to be brought up. If the when you call a place now, you think you're calling Arizona, an American company. You get someone answering the phone, and God help me here. Hello, my name is Scott. How can I help you? Oh, hello, my name is Glenn. How can I help you today? I'm in Arizona. Bullshit. It's all outsourced. Company I used to work with outsourced all their stuff to India in regards to certain policies and everything and their expense reports. Company ages ago, an insurance company I worked for, outsourced all this division to India. They are gaining power. I just don't know how we are not discussing this in the government and it's not brought out in the light that they are talking with the enemy, Russia. Russia's always been the enemy. Though we can have valid reasons why they invaded Ukraine, NATO, and so on and so forth. What all these fucking retard kids off today screaming like a bunch of idiots. So, just something to think about when we're crying about our border, which needs to be cut off, immigration needs to be done. We do nothing about it. All that shit needs to be done. But we need to think about, which no one has, go to Tennessee. I go to Tennessee. I go to the Great North Woods, and I go to these little gift shops that were always ran by local guys. They're all Indian now, right? They're smart business people. It's not putting them down. They're smart. Every 7-Eleven they've taken over. Who the hell shops at 7-Eleven? But all these like tourist gift shops, they're in. They're wonderful at buying these businesses. Dunkin' Donuts, right? We've known that for 30, 40 years. They're brilliant with that. They want to be franchise owners. Very smart. I'm going to look at comments in a second. I just want to get this off. So it's just something when we're bitching about the border, which we should be, when we're bitching about illegal immigration, which we should be, but nothing will get done. Remember, that's how people want to run on getting elected. So they will do nothing because it's something they run on, the candidates. So nothing gets done because if the Republicans get in and they try to do something, the Democrats try to block it. Oh, it's unfair. You're putting them in cages. You're doing this. You're deporting. Obama deported more illegals than anyone. Rightly so. Then the Democrats get in and the Republicans fight it because they want the Republicans to run on it. It's a freaking teeter-totter back and forth. But look at all the gas stations, all that. They're brilliant with that. They get their own businesses. They improve their life. They do what they have to do. They make their sacrifices just so they can send their kids to better schools, and they become doctors, and they become engineers, and they become significant contributors to the society. So it's a wonderful thing. I just don't like the way they're able to work the system to bring in a ton. But I'll leave it with this. At least they're hardworking, contributing taxpayers to our society. That's all I got to say. Just something to think about. I'm for immigration. We're all immigrants, brothers and sisters. We're all fucking immigrants. We got to love each other. It's hard to do. So many assholes. You heard, been out here for a few minutes, people screaming at me. I was just in Indiana yesterday. 2 days. Should have seen you, C90. As I'm driving up, getting closer to Chicago, I think I was out of Lafayette. On the right-hand side, on the east side of the highway, all these CAFOs, confined animal feed operations, and then next to them ponds. So there were these pig farms, but they're all locked in sheds. That's how the diseases happen. And next to that, they have all these fans coming in. And they're all on cement floors. All the shit being blown out into these confinement ponds right next to the things. And they're all just filled with fecal matter, shit and piss. And then there's a river very close by, and it seeps underground and it gets into our waterway system. I saw 30 of them. Then on the other side, Fair Oaks Farm. Fair Oaks. There's no such thing as a fair farm. All these cows, it was a dairy farm, locked in these huge, huge factory farm locations, just being constantly milked. And the smell was ungodly. So that is our world. Indiana, Illinois, every state. Indiana, is a huge farming state. Same where I live, Illinois, Wisconsin, every state for the most part. The biggest dairy is Wisconsin and California. All the underground, ancient water supplies being used to feed cows. One farm produces enough shit than a large city like New York. Okay. Here we go. Good. I come for your opinion. Thank you. Appreciate that, Brett. Samantha, howdy. I'm confused. I just joined. What are you confused about? I'm just going on a little rant, and then I can get into crypto and I answer questions. But I am a vegan, and I see what I see on both sides. I judge everything in regards to if we're doing something wrong on the plant-based movement, which I don't like the word plant-based, I will judge that too. I will tell you fake meat is not a health substitute, but it's awfully delicious. What are you confused about, though? Let me know. Samantha Vegan's telling us about some of his pigs that he called out. Oh, yeah, pretty early on, and just now bigger channels. Yeah. Look, I'm not the first to call those. I was just venting about it because I just want them to say, hey, the community got this. Don't use it as a selling aspect that you guys are geniuses, because they knew nothing of Moonwell. Nothing of it. I'm not a genius. I found it. I looked into it. I love this freaking project. I wish I bought more at 3 cents. I bought it under 3 cents as well. I wish I spent $100,000 on it. I didn't. But I spent 10 grand. Not enough. Hey again, Joko. Do you love Lebanese food? Oh, I'd kill to eat it. I'm sure it's similar. I love Middle Eastern food. So if it's similar to that, if it doesn't have animals in it, I love everything. I can't eat spicy anymore. I used to, but I had issues a couple of years ago in regards to acid reflux. So I have to stay away from that now. Happened about 2 years ago from drinking alcohol, and I haven't touched, it'll be 2 years that I haven't touched alcohol. Wasn't an alcoholic. I was just your casual weekend drinker of whiskey and all that stuff for, 30 some years, like your average person. But I would love, tell me where to go in Chicagoland for or Illinois for Lebanese food. I'm in it. Tell me what it's all about. I'm sure I could look it up. I love all that. Sponsored 4 engineers from India It's a little gray area where they have to continue education, but their engineers are willing to come here for a lower wage than a recent grad from US. Yeah, I've got no issue. I love Indian people. It's wonderful. I just want people to think, and I don't want any hate towards them at all. They don't deserve it. They're very kind, contributing people, great business people. Love it. Cheap in their businesses. I will say that because I deal with a lot of Indian businesses, meaning they do not upgrade equipment and they kill you on price because it's a different, so do the Europeans and everyone else who comes here, because it's a different mentality of the haggle and not, making your environment the greatest in regards to manufacturing. But that's a lot of American companies too, so I shouldn't judge in the realm of that. One of those I worked with was making 35K USD equivalent in India and came to US making 60K. That's huge for them. And they do well. They work hard. I mean, my last position, I leaned on a guy named Deepak. Sweetest guy in the world, nicest guy in the world, freaking smartest guy in the company. He's worked his way up. Brilliant guy. And the way he would tell me the way they do business in India, oh my God. Of course, it's so different, but it's amazing. The discipline they have, the business discipline they have is outstanding. Gas stations allow the visa to happen. 450K investment in threshold. 7 employees can gain 10. Yeah, exactly. Yes. It's just, where am I from, Joko? I am from, with my ancestry. My ancestry is is kind of all over the place, but I'm not the first generation here, and I'm all for immigration. I am from Europe, Ireland, Hungary, a little bit of Russia. My grandfather, who I never met, had to escape Russia, went to France, Germany. So I'm 4 things, and my kids are a mutt because my wife is the same. So I'm American. I was born here. My parents were born here. But I have utmost respect for immigration. So I'm all about it. All about it. As I understand, there's a hard cap on full citizenship, 25K, but not a cap on temporary visas. Okay, makes sense. They would have been close to Purdue where I went. Yeah, that's exactly where it is. Purdue. That's right. It was right by Purdue, not Lafayette. Swim in the river. Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying it leaks in there and it's just not a good scene. I've been to many of these farms. It's not a good scene. Locking them, I don't believe in farming anyways, animal farming, but locking them, I'm going through comments, locking them in these CAFOs is a bad thing for them, horrible for them. They, real quickly, they will take the piglets, they rip out their testicles with no anesthesia, just by hand. They cut off their tails, their teeth, so they don't bite each other because they can get aggressive being locked up the way they are. And then they're slaughtered at 4 months. But it's a miserable life until then. The best day of their life is slaughter. Sorry, I got wordy there. I'm Lurk I have to drive. No, I love it, brother. I love it back and forth. What's up with Ondo being called scum? I joined in. No, Ondo's wonderful. What I was calling scum was Discover Crypto, just for some of the bullshit. And look, I'll make another comment on Joshua Jake. He is one smart guy, but he's only 26. Nothing wrong with being 26. He doesn't know everything. If I follow him on X, Twitter X, and the stuff he spews is absolutely horrendous. He comes off so negative, I guess like I am, but so mean. His comments are absolutely disgusting. I don't know how anyone could support someone like that. The way he talks about Kamala Harris and the Democrats and Mark Cuban and all this, it's just wrong. There's 2 sides to everything, and it's very hypocritical. I don't like either side, but he's very hypocritical with the stuff that Trump can do in that side. He says he's a libertarian, independent bullshit. Not the way he's talking. I'm an independent. I criticize both sides. He doesn't. He's full of shit. He just wants Trump to win. Trump winning, Kamala winning is not good for anything. Trump winning is horrendous for humanity. I'm telling you. Kamala Harris winning is not great either. So we're fucked. First election in my 52 years here where I'm not voting for either of them. I'm voting for RFK because he's on my ballot. Trump winning will be wonderful for our pocketbooks. I can tell you that. I truly believe that. Kamala winning, I don't think will be good for our pocketbooks. Doesn't mean I still can't vote for either of them. So I'm voting for RFK. It's a protest vote. Much love. It's Alex from Cali. Hey, bud. Yes, I remember. You're a minor. Welcome, Alex. Do you think buying altcoins is just gambling since there isn't any real product or service behind it, or do you think they actually have value? I think they have value, but it is all gambling. It is all gambling. I gamble in it. I'll go more into that, and let me get back to Ondo. So Ondo is not scum. I was just talking about Josh. You know, the way they talk about Ondo, like they were the first people to, you know, that they made you so much money by telling you about Ondo. They didn't tell anyone about it. They told maybe their community, but I told people about Ondo, and other people did long before them. Josh was a denier of Ondo. And it's okay to change your mind, but don't act like you told people to buy it at 21 cents early on. Don't act like it was an incredible call, because when he made the calls, it's at the price that it's at now. If you listen to me and bought it at 21 cents, you're up a hell of a lot more money. I'm not saying I'm a genius. I can name 20 coins right now that I bought, and I never advise anyone to buy, but because I only say what I'm doing, and they're down. But it's okay. The other part of my portfolio is up. So that's Ondo. I love Ondo. Love it. And I'm not even scared of the token releases coming out. We just got to get into a bull run, which we're not even close to. All right, so we're back to the altcoins. So crypto is nothing but a gamble. Nothing. It's all wannabe something. It's all software that wants to add value and wants to. We're doing it in one reason only. If you believe in decentralization, if you believe in the true utility of altcoins, you're doing it wrong. Because the majority of them will be gone. The majority of them won't make it. The ones that are hot this cycle will not be here. The majority of them will not be here for the next cycle. They'll be here, but they'll be running on slim pickings, and they'll try to raise more money by selling their tokens and all that stuff to keep them afloat. It's an idea. The blockchain is real. The blockchain will succeed. Many of the altcoins will succeed and provide utility, for sure. The majority won't. And this is a guy who owns 40-some cryptos. Okay? Buying more. I bought a shitload yesterday. Why? Because I don't go to the boats. I don't gamble when I'm in Las Vegas for business. I invest in this. Investing in stocks is a casino. Take it from someone who started doing this in 1990, 91, who was on the floor of the Chicago Board of Trade for a decade. You know, who handled the biggest banks in the world, their treasury bonds. It's all a gamble. The one thing about companies that you gamble in is they have earnings, right? They are producing a product or a service that has earnings. Crypto does not. Now, this is not being a naysayer. This is telling the truth. But I love it. It's freaking blast. But here's the problem with it. Why it's very bad in regards to gambling is the government is hurting us with it. And that's the Democrats who are hurting us with it, okay? I'm not going to pile on Democrats. I could pile on both. Remember this. I am not a Republican, and I'm not a Democrat. I don't like either side. But what they have not been favorable. No one's been favorable. Trump's administration was extremely unfavorable on crypto. Extremely unfavorable. You have to remember that. He never said anything good. I like the dollar. I like the dollar. That's what he said. The only reason he's into it now is because it's getting him votes. It's getting him money in his campaign. And he came out with NFTs to pay off his legal fees. Not only and also he came out with a coin that's a complete flop. You know, remember, Trump is a fraud and a liar. Remember that. So is Harris. But Trump is a proven fraud and liar. So all the things he said about crypto is a piece of paper that people handed to him. It was under his administration that the SEC, Jay, who went to a crypto company, went after XRP on like his last week. Remember that. He's the one who killed you and me if you hold XRP the last cycle. It would have been at least $2, $3 in the bull run last year, but it didn't have a prayer because of Trump's administration. If you think he wants to be paid in crypto and you think he's going to be totally supportive of it, you're crazy. I think he'll be more supportive of it because of J.D. Vance, who's a lunatic as well, who's going to try to push him into that, we assume. But right now in Congress, Senate, it's the Democrats fighting it. It's Maxine Waters, Elizabeth Warren, the bald guy, whoever that is, all these other Democrats that are coming up against it in a very criminal way, as you see. And it's so fictitious. They bring in these fake companies, and ask them questions that they know, and it's ridiculous. You can go look back at the Senate hearings. Don't be fooled. The government is not for crypto. RFK was, but who knows what he would have gotten passed. It takes two sides to get shit passed. Unless you're able to have everything and get criminal justices in to make something illegal that they said they weren't gonna, that it was the law of the land, but then they lie. So do not think that, Trump will stand by his word. If he gets elected, I can't imagine listening to him for 4 years, or her, but him. Oh my God! Just remember how it was. Maybe if you're a Trumper, you're not going to hear it or see it, but listen to how his rallies are, what he says, all the stuff, and then the craziness. He's crazy. He is crazy. Listen to the babbling he does, like I'm doing now, and the crazy things that come out of his mouth. And if you think that's sane, you have an issue. I'm not saying Kamala is not crazy. I just don't think she's good for her as a president. I don't think she'll be good as a president. She was thrown in there, luckily, by the Democrats to just throw her in. It was almost a dictatorship in how they had her do it. But I believe Trump is more of a fascist. Wow. Why am I on politics? So, I'm crazy. I'm the one who's fucking babbling. I broke my ankle. I've been down for 2 months now, almost back to, oh, Jesus. I'm sorry. Get some turmeric in your diet. It's very good anti-inflammatory. Just be careful. Take your time working that back. My daughter broke her wrist, broke her collarbone, playing soccer, broke a finger. Just take your time. Go to rehab. Get that done. The ankle's a rough one because your whole body is, on your feet, right? You're getting all that pressure on your feet, on your ankle. So just be careful. Take your time. Don't rush anything. But, what you want to do eventually is slowly get weight-bearing exercises going. Do some walking when you can, but take it slow. Don't rush it. Your bones need time to heal. It may never be 100% again. Most likely it won't, but you can get back to 95 or so. You just slowly do it. At least now, going forward, you'll know when it's going to rain. Your ankle will let you know. Looking forward to getting back to work and getting some things done. I need a new home and start mining again. Newer machines. Yeah, the homes are a little rough right now. I paid cash for my home 12 years ago, and for the one in the city when I lived in Chicago. And I feel for you guys trying to, get a home with these interest rates and the cost. Your average home is $450 right now. That's crazy. Who can afford that? What young couple can afford that? What older couple can afford that with a 6, 7, 8% interest rate? I don't know what the mortgage rates are, in regards to that, but they're not great. And, I went to look at cars the other day. Oh, my God. $40K for a car 6 years ago, I paid $24 for? Unbelievable. I feel for everyone who is struggling with that. If you can't afford a home now, act like you're paying a mortgage. Excuse my voice. Pay yourself every month in another fund, another bank account, whether it's $1,000, $2,000, whatever you can afford, and pretend that's a mortgage. Use that as a down payment. But it's not going to be an easy one in Cali, as you know. Affording a home, not easy. But if you're in a home now and you can sell it and make a profit, more power to you. I wish you well on that. It's not easy. So you believe buying Apple or Microsoft is also gambling. So I bought Microsoft. It's gambling, but it's a good investment. It's a good gamble, depending where you buy it. I bought Apple in 1997 at $7. I also bought options on it. I still have the trading card from that. At that point, $7. It was people thought I was crazy because, it was before technology, really. And in regards to, well, before the iPad, the iPhone, they were just soon then reinvented the Macintosh, and then they started going up and they got investments and they started getting a name for them again. So at that point, it was a wonderful investment. I think Apple long-term is great. Microsoft probably is good too. I bought Dell computers 1999, and I made a ton of money in technology and lost a ton of money in the crash. So yes, everything's gambling. Even treasury, they're gambling in a sense. It's more of a fixed rate, but they can be defaulted on. Does it happen? Well, the higher the yield, the more risk it is. So everything's a gamble. Keeping money in your bank is a gamble, brothers and sisters. We know this. Your money's not there in the bank. It's fractional reserves. I have a few $100,000 in one of my bank accounts, my crypto account. If I went there right now and said, I want that money, they would say, yeah, we'll give you 10K, come back in a month. Not happening. They don't have your money in your bank. It's all zeros and X's and ones, whatever, something like that. So everything's a gamble in life. I really need cheaper electricity for my machines. It's a make or break at this time due to the hash rates. Yeah, that's always a struggle with mining. I commend you for mining. I couldn't do it. My brain, I'm too stupid, but I commend you on it. If electricity was only like 5 cents per kilowatt, yeah, no way. Where I'm at, I think it's 11 cents per kW. A part I hate about politics is the bias. Yes, I get it. They both suck, but people are so biased and not able to report data without trying to make a certain way. 100% right, C90. It's completely biased. Both sides. I don't care what anyone says. It's a completely biased system, and it always will be. We just need to get back to when we're not talking about politics. Like, I'm not on here talking about politics, because it used to be like that. It's the biggest dividers in the world, in my opinion. Religion, politics, money, then land, combined with power. Those are the biggest dividers, in my opinion. Religion being number one. I've said that since I was 5. My dad used to say religion is the biggest divider. And I've studied them all. I believe in this. You're wrong. You're going to hell. Hey, no, but I believe in this. You're going to hell. Back and forth, right? Or land, the power of land and the power over people, the power over women. When will we learn? When will we learn? Look at how beautiful these fall colors are. Rent over here is almost, almost 3.5. About 2.5 to 3.5. Mortgage is about $5K a month. That's crazy. Can't do it. My grandparents made tons with Apple. I don't know how much they made, but it's a lot. Yeah, well, I sold it. I bought it in 97. I sold it in 97. I also bought options on it. I bought call options, so I bought it. I went long on it. And I lost money on that at the time. I bought it like $9 calls, and when it was at $7, I ended up losing money. A long time ago, though. For a newbie to crypto who only has about 10K BTC, I like it. Would you hold the 10K BTC or put it to altcoins? Thanks for your interesting answers. Thank you. Okay. So if you have 10,000 in Bitcoin right now, and I assume you're in the money, the best you're going to do in this bull run, when we get to a bull run, we are not in a bull run. We are not in a bull run. Don't let anyone tell you we are. We are not. I've been saying this forever. We are not in a bull run. You will maybe double your money, in my personal opinion. I think it's going to be very hard to get over $100,000. We could. Now, look, no one knows shit. Let me just tell you that right now. Nobody knows anywhere about pricing. I'm George, we're all George, knows nothing. He thinks we're going to 300K. He said we were going to 100K, by June. Who's buying it at 100,000? Who's buying it? You're not. I'm not. What are you going to buy? A couple Satoshis at 100K? You put in $10,000 at 100K. That's sell off top there. So I believe my personal thought is we'll hopefully get into the $100,000 range. Some shit goes down tomorrow with China or North Korea and Russia talking now. So we're going down to $20,000 in Bitcoin. Period. Some serious crap hits the fan. China invades Taiwan. North Korea, gets nukes from whatever it may be, Russia, and they start going into Ukraine together. That it's over, brothers and sisters. It's over. So you will, in my personal opinion, and I own Bitcoin. C90 owns a nice amount of Bitcoin. If you may double, in my personal opinion, maybe you'll double your $10,000. I see Bitcoin. I have a hard time seeing it going to $120,000. I just have, who's buying it there? I just have a hard time seeing it. I'm not a $500,000 Bitcoin believer, $1 million Bitcoin believer. You got morons like George saying 3 million one day. It's not happening. It's not going to happen unless really shit majorly hits the fan. Who's buying Bitcoin at $1 million? Who's buying it? BlackRock's not buying it at fucking $1 million. They're selling it. So maybe you'll double your money. So to also answer your question, I would be selling, if you only have $10,000, me personally, I'd be taking, if it was me, I'm not giving you advice, if it was me, I would be doing something. I'd probably, depending where you bought it, if you could tell me where you bought it, I would like to know. I would be doing something to get more money and buying alts. Do something to get more money. If you bought your Bitcoin close to here and you only have 10,000 and you haven't really made a lot of money, sell it. That's my personal opinion. If you bought it at $1,000 and you're up $10,000 or something like that, keep it and find a way to make more dry powder, meaning money on the side to keep buying cryptos. You know, I spent $20,000 in the last 2 weeks buying crypto, all coins. I typically have spent anywhere from $5,000 to $30,000 a month as the last few months. Okay. Beautiful place I'm watching from Bangladesh. Bangladesh, I just got... Welcome, brother. Welcome, brother. Watch my replay later. I talked about India a little bit. Hold on. Let's see if you're back. There we go. Had a phone call and it cuts it off. Welcome from Bangladesh. Wish you well. Watch my replay later. Also, you know, if you can all subscribe, who's listening to it now. Let's talk about crypto real quick. And if you have answers on that, where you bought it, I'd like to know. Let's take a look at the market because it wasn't looking so hot. 67,691, right? That is not a bull market. People are saying we're going to be at 70K this weekend. We could see it. We could. I don't see it happening. But it would be great. Remember, there's always a sell-off. So 67, we cannot hold 68. We cannot hold 69. Ondo, 72 cents. AVAX taking a beating, $26. Injective, $19. I've been buying a crap load of that at $20. Benki, one penny 28. I have a ton of that. I am not in the money on that. Proppy was up a little bit and now it's back down to 96 cents. I like Proppy. If it props, no pun intended. Moonwell, look at Moonwell, 7, almost 8 cents. You know, I mean, whoopie-doo. So I'm up. I bought it at 3 cents and below. That's nice. It could be back down to 3 cents in no time. I believe not. It would take something serious to get it down there. I think it's on a trajectory up. It could get down maybe to 5 cents, 6 cents again, in my view. Am I a buyer there? Well, I could have been yesterday, and I'm like, I don't want to ruin my entry point. I probably should have bought it, but we may have an opportunity to buy Moonwell again. But if we are in a trajectory, if I didn't buy Moonwell, right? If I wasn't in at 3 cents, I'm a buyer here. I'm a buyer at 7 cents. It's almost 8 cents. I'm a big buyer here because I personally think it's going to do well. God, that's a million puns, and I'm not even meaning to. XLR, I like XLR a lot. I'm getting killed on it. I bought a ton yesterday and the day before. Say has been a big dud for me. AIOZ getting killed. So the market looks horrible. Absolutely horrendous. So we must be careful. You know, nothing wrong with DCAing. Just remember, you could go down further. We're far from a bull market. Do you know about Core? No, Core. I don't know about Core. Let me take a look. Most of my money is in stocks, but BTC I have already doubled. Bought it a few years ago. I would not be selling it. What price did you buy it at? What price did you buy BTC at a couple years ago? Was it 15K? Let's see if I can look up on my phone. Core, I've heard of Core. Okay, there it is. Core Dow. It's not tradable from coin. Yeah, I don't have any info on it. It's not giving me any info. It looks like it's at 90 cents. So I'm not able to see a lot of info. No circulating supply. Cycle low, 84. So I can't really give you anything on it, brother or sister. I don't know. But I like that you're in stocks. I think it was about 20, 30K. I would not be, me personally, if you can get more money, do not take any loans, nothing, no risks like that. Do something to get another 10K and start buying some alts. That's my personal thought. I would not be a seller of Bitcoin at 20 or 30K. I would not be selling it now if you have 10K, because I think you'll be able to sell it if we get into a bull run. If we get into a bear market, you'll know when we get into the 50s, it's going to be hard to get down to that price again unless something dramatic really happens. But I think, me personally, I would not be selling it. I would be doing something to get more money for alts. That's my personal opinion. Especially if you own it at 20,000, I would not be selling it. If you make 100K, if you're able to turn that into, I don't know actually, 60K. If it's 60, if we're at 67K and it's only 10 grand, how much more are you gonna make on it? Because then you didn't probably have too much in it. You had a few $1,000s, right? You have maybe 3 grand invested and now you have 10 grand. If you have short-term capital gains taxes on that, you're coming away with, like, after fees and everything, $7,000 maybe less. Remember, you sell that, you got to take out money for taxes. And you want to take profits on that, right? So do you have 5 grand to gamble with then? I wouldn't be doing it. I would just leave it. Try to sell it at 100,000 if we get there. But I would do what you can to DCA, even if it's $50 here, $50 there, you keep DCAing. It's what you should have been doing. Not your fault. You just got turned on to me for the last couple of years. You DCA, little here. Some projects I'm doing $25 at a time, but guess what? It ends up adding up to like $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Sometimes Moonwell, I was buying $50, $50, $200, $25, $5. Does that make sense? Do you know about, so Core I don't know about, I'm sorry. What other questions? The market isn't great. It's just where it's been. Right now we're not downward trajectory too much, but it's not great. There's nothing special about what's going on right now. If you listen to all my videos, I've been saying we pop up a little bit and then we retrace. So there's nothing good. Volume's not great. This is not me being negative. When you come to this channel, I just tell it like it is. I'm heavily invested. I have millions of dollars invested in crypto. So I try to be honest. I'll say this one more time. Subscribe to newbies. I appreciate you. I'm here. What I do in this channel is I just try to answer questions. I ask nothing from you. I just give my opinion as I see it. I'm not saying I'm right. I've been around a long time. And I've seen a lot. I've lost a ton of money. I've lost, $4, $5, $6 million by the time I was 29. I've been in the markets forever, and I'm not saying I do it right, but I've gained it all back. So I just try to give my views, and I'm not saying they're right. I lose more than I win, but my wins are big. Does that make sense? So maybe out of 10 things I do, 7 of them are losers, but 3 of them are bigger than my losers, right? So the more, does that make sense? So the quantity of losses are more, but the quantity of wins are bigger. So it works out. I don't really know which altcoins to buy. That's why I only do stocks like NVIDIA. You're in great stocks. C90, love you. So I don't have all the answers on that, but if you look at some of my videos, I talk about the ones I'm in. So I can try to help more with that. I mean, I like my portfolio for the most part. There's a lot of losers in there. I wouldn't buy, if you look at my portfolio at all, I have some videos on that. I think my last couple, either my last live or my live before that, check that out. I go over my portfolio. I like Injective, AVAX, that's Avalanche. I like Benki, maybe. I have a ton of it, too much of it. Don't buy Shadow. I like Ondo a lot, but, I like Aerodrome, but not at this price. I like Velodrome better at the price it's at. Cody, COTI. So there's a lot there, but you have to be careful. Remember, it's a gamble. If we get into a bull market, even if we get into a tease of a bull market, you'll see everything go up 100% for the most part. Not everything, but a ton of my portfolio will. It's just the way it moves. I went back when we were kind of bullish, I don't know, March or so. I went to bed. AIOZ was at 21 cents. I woke up, it was like at 66 cents. And then hit 76 cents. That might not sound like a big deal, but I bought it at 1 penny. So that's a huge deal. That's how these things move. Look at where Aerodrome was. It got all the way down to 30 cents and then back up to almost a couple bucks. It's the way crypto moves. So when it moves good. I would stay out of meme coins. I would stick to Coinbase personally. It's a safer bet. Not everything's on their winners, but I'm happy to answer questions on projects. Sorry about the wind. I'm walking. I gotta get back in, hit some weights. My old body. Yesterday was the first day I haven't worked out in I don't know, since I got COVID a couple of years ago, or the flu last year actually. So I'm trying to make up for it. What other questions? My business is called Level Up Crypto Mining Solutions. Like it. I like that name. Sorry, forgot to buy you that win. Yeah, you did. Shame. How bad is it? Is it bad, or you never know. Now I should probably look at that if it works for a phone, because I'll only do it like this. I should probably go back to my computers and do it like I used to at the beginning. I did some live streams when I was trying to figure it out on my laptop, but then I was just waiting to get enough subscribers to go live on the mobile, because I'd rather be walking. I know you guys want to see my beautiful old face, but I don't like to see my face. I can't imagine you guys wanting to see that. It's not bad at all. Good. Yeah, Alex, I like the name of your business. I hope you can get back into it, make some money, buy your house. It's always a good investment, especially in California, but let's wait until rates come down a little more. I think I told you guys I had, first time forever. When I was a kid in the 70s and 80s, interest rates in my bank account on CDs sometimes were like 7, 8, 9%. So we haven't seen that for 100 years, right? Until the last couple of years. Money market. I was able to put some of my money for crypto in a money market. So I put, 150K into a money market. They were giving me 4.6%, which is unreal. Haven't had that. That's not good, but it's great compared to like 0%, which we've been getting forever. You know what it is right now? From 2 months ago, it's 2.5%. Can you believe that? Just from them lowering basis points by 50 basis points, the Fed, 2.5%, the money market got cut in half almost. That's crazy. So crypto is the one good way, but my 401k is killing it. You have to be diversified. So I like that you're in stocks. You need to be diversified. I won't go off on this, but I have on my videos, people like Digital Asset News, who I like the guy. He's okay. His videos are now boring because he doesn't really talk about the markets. He just goes over news and boring stuff, to be honest with you. But he's a good guy. But he talks about all these guys who talk about I trust capital. Never put your 401k in. This is my personal opinion, but I think I know it's the right opinion. That's not diversification to be in I trust capital and crypto and also own spot crypto, meaning on buying on exchanges or whatever. Buy it that way and have your 401k, IRA, all that stuff in stocks. Now you could do both. If you do both, that's fine. But do not be all in on crypto. You'll lose. You will lose over the long run. I'm sorry. People are not going to win on Cardano, XRP, and I own these. Polygon. Not happening, in my opinion. Be diversified. Diversified means through different markets, not like diversified through one type of market, right? Diversification is part of your portfolio in crypto, then part of your portfolio in stocks, then maybe real estate, whatever. Expensive whiskey bottles that will add value. Do you think Ethereum has more upside potential than Bitcoin? Ethereum's taking a hurting. I think it's even. I'm not one who thinks Ethereum's going to $10, $11, $12,000. I think we could see, if we get into a bull run, $5,000 or $6,000. But if some stuff really goes well with the ETFs and things turn around, I think we can see something more significant than that. But I think people are going to be taking their money out. You need Ethereum, but I think it's an investment. I don't like layer 2s that much, except I like base. I have money in Ethereum. I'm not putting any more in. So that's not where I would be putting my money. I think you're going to make money on it for sure. For sure. If we get into a bull run, I think you could double your money for sure. But beyond doubling your money in ETH, I don't know. Because I think a lot of people will take money out of ETH unless the ETFs catch wind big time and it goes crazy. Then we'll see a significance in ETH. That's my neighbor's German Shepherd. He wants to bite my head off. But I think ETH, it's lost favor and all that, but it hasn't lost favor for dApps, for developers. Majority of them are built on ETH, so they need ETH. I'm not a buyer. But I don't think it's a bad investment if you're diversified. For what you're trying to do, I don't think that's where you want to go. If you want to be conservative, totally. If you want to triple, quadruple your money, no way. Not in my opinion. I don't think that's where you want to be. Hope that helps. All in, baby. BTC all the way to the old folks home. Yes. Yeah, I got to say, with your portfolio C90 in regards to Bitcoin, I'm not a seller here anymore. I'm a holder. If I was you, I think it's good stuff. I think with I'd be unloading I don't know. Truthfully, maybe I'd be selling one when it goes up a little bit to throw into alts. But I don't know. I don't think you're ever going to really buy it back lower than you did. Maybe like if we were to hit 100, 200, not 200K, that ain't happening. I don't think 100, 120K. Let's say we hit that. I think I'm a seller of, let's say you had 10. I'm a seller of 3 of them because you can take that profits, let's say 150 and 150 for each. Let's just say it's 150,000, which I don't think is happening, but let's just say that. It's 450 grand. All right, let's make it 400 grand. Okay. And then take out the money for taxes, take out some profit. So let's end with 250 grand, 250. We go back down in we hit a serious bear market. We're going down to 50s, 40, 30,000, in my opinion. People will say, oh, we'll never see $50,000 or $60,000 again. What? We get there in a moment. It happens all the time. So you could be a buyer back there. You have some of your profits, you buy 2 at 50 grand, at 40 grand, but you also made a shitload of money that you put out and you put it into fiat. Yes, you're losing money in fiat. So you keep it in USDC or whatever on Coinbase or whatever it may be and get 5% interest rate. Does that make sense? That's just my opinion. Would you buy more Bitcoin if it went down to, yes, I would buy probably, depending on what's going on with the market, okay? If we were hitting $20,000, $30,000, there's a big issue there. There's a big issue, right? So let's say we get into a bear market. Last bear market, which we're still in, but we've made our way up, right? Fictitiously because of the ETF. I mean, Bitcoin's been in a bullish run, in a bull market, if you will. Nothing else has. We had a little bull spike I would be a big buyer there. But I'd have to see. Like back when it was at 15K, I wanted to buy it at 10K. I was a freaking moron. I didn't buy it at 15K. I should have, but I didn't. But yes, in the next serious bear market after, if we get a bull market, we top off, and then, what will bring us to a bear market is turmoil in the market, not just this, but the macro market, the world outside of Bitcoin, or serious Bitcoin issues or crypto issues, which, remember, India has already started, but China, all of them will come in with the usual stuff, banning it, this and that. If Kamala wins, who knows what happens with the SEC? Who the hell knows what happens, even under Trump? So yes, I'm a big buyer when we go back down again, probably of just Bitcoin. If we go to 20, 25K, depends on the market. I'd like to probably spend $500 to $600,000 just in Bitcoin. And that's it. That's probably all I'll buy. 150K, and I'm 90% out of it. But yes, that's a good call. I mean, I think that's what you should do, personally. I might toss in a hat on ADA, Jasmine, and put it into something that will outperform. Dude, all I can tell you is this. If I was up, I know you're up on Jasmine. If I was up on ADA, I would be out of it so fast, never looking back, never buying that, never buying XRP, never buying. I can't believe Ben, Fat Boy, still thinks XRP is like the lies he spews with that. What is he? That guy is the biggest scum. But yeah, I can't wait to get out of Polygon, Poly, whatever you want to call it, ADA and XRP. I'm just not there yet. I mean, I'm up money on XRP, but I'm not selling it. I'm not selling it until it's $1 or $2. Got to see where the market plays out. I converted all my Jasmine to Moonwell. No regrets, absolutely. I'm not a Jasmine fan, but I think I'm in worse plays than Jasmine. Benki's not playing out too well, and I have 650,000 of it or something like that. Shadow, I've got a lot of losers. Jasmine's just a risk coin. It's a shitty bullshit project, but I was going to buy it at 0.000 cents, and I didn't. I have no regrets. C90's making money on it. You made money on it. That's all that matters. Still up 100%. Might be time to... I don't think if you're up some money and you want to throw it into something else, I don't think it's a bad idea. Me personally, I don't like the tokenomics of Jasmine, but Jasmine could hit 10 cents. But at some point, if nothing's moving great for you. Nothing's moving great for us. I mean, Moonwell is just a fluke, right? It's the coin of the week, coin of the month. And I just, I've picked a couple of those. Lucky. I just got lucky. But yeah, I'd be dumping out of Jasmine. I don't know. Depends what you want to do with it. There's nothing wrong with waiting. I mean, look at everything's down. It's not a horrible time to buy it. Just realizing, as I always say, it's never wrong to DCA. Just expect it to go lower. It was 25K last year. Nice. Hey, Coda, how you doing, bud? You heard me, huh? I'm 41% down. ADA. Yeah, I'm that way as well. Watering the hydrangeas. Come on, let's go. You must have heard me. Come here. Come here. How you doing? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, it is. What are you up to? Coda. He listens. So, what else? What else can I share on this wonderful Friday? This beautiful fall day, Friday. That tree right there was like, when we planted it, we called it the Charlie Brown tree. It was this big. Planted all these. Those are willow bushes. Look at that thing. Planted that. It was little smaller than that crab apple. Look at that thing. It's something crazy. Check out that. It's a cypress tree. Hey, Carolyn. That was my middle child. 18. What else? What else? My other child is home, who was just driving with my wife. All right, I'm gonna bail. I'm gonna go say hi to them. lift some weights, get this old body moving, do me a favor. Comment whatever you guys subjects you want me to talk to next time. I'm happy to. I love doing this when people are on. For newbies, I appreciate you, Monica. Any advice I have, as you can tell, I haven't said join this, join that. I have one reason why I have this channel: to share some truth as I see it and help. I don't want anything from you. I want nothing from you except for you to succeed and better your life. I'm going to go to my grave with a clear conscience that I've given back and helped in what little way I can. I do a lot outside of this YouTube channel, right? As you can see, I only have a couple hundred subs. I'm pushing almost 300. So if you're new here, please subscribe. I'd love to get over 300. You know, I've been doing this almost a year. I suck at it because I do videos like this. But for my people who I appreciate you, who've been staying with me and the new people, I love y'all. I really do. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you this weekend. Let me know what you need, C90. You have a good day. But leave comments what you want me to talk about, any subjects. I'm happy to. Okay? You all be well, and I'll talk to you soon.